Every Rust wipe tells a story. Some players dominate from the start, and some get absolutely destroyed before they even place a sleeping bag. This wipe started as my worst nightmare, but somehow it ended with me controlling the entire server. This is how I went from a naked survivor to endgame domination in one wipe. Wipe day is always chaos, and this one hit me harder than usual. Every spawn felt cursed, every road was contested, every monument was already swarming with highly equipped players. You see, I started this wipe at night. I was trying out a new sleep schedule to see what would happen if I decided to play Rust at night instead of during the day. So whilst everyone was farming up and beginning their wipes, I was in my bed asleep. So after sleeping from 7 PM to about 2 AM, I finally decided to get going with a rock and a torch in my hand, whilst my opponents were holding guns. And it was tough at first, but I had an opportunity these people didn't have. I'd already gotten my sleep. And whilst most other people would log off, that meant that I could thrive in the quiet, build myself up for the next day. But that doesn't mean that competition didn't still present itself. Chapter 2, the uphill battle. This section of the video is just to showcase how tough it was in this early game position that I was in. And here I tried to go for an airdrop, but it didn't really go to plan. And two geared guys got the better of me, unfortunately enough. But then I went into harbor, because my plan was this. If airdrops aren't working, big monuments aren't working, then I need to go to the smaller ones and try to progress from there. So I headed into harbor, I did the green card puzzle, and I got myself a juicy blueprint fragment. Then I took my chances at the locked crate that had spawned nearby in train yard. But unfortunately that didn't really go to plan either. Then I got myself the most important BP for solos. The wooden barricade cover that lets me get, well, cover him in fight, basically. And then I was able to kill this guy, and this made a very big difference for me because I was able to get a little bit of loot from him. But most importantly, I found a revolver in a barrel or in a crate besides him that I researched. That finally put me kind of in position with everyone else. I mean, most people had tier 2 guns at this point, but a Rev B is a million times better than a bow in my opinion. Oof, that's big. No, is he back? Let's go! Ooh! I then went back to train yard once again with my Revi kit to see if I could get myself a red key card and some more blueprint fragments. And the loot was insane. Oh, I think I hear someone. No. That's so sad. Shit. Well, time to go back to the boring monuments. Slow progression. Oh, I guess slow progression is better than nothing. Oh, that guy actually had some stuff. Welcome to Chapter 3. The Better Future. I wonder if these guys have cargo loot on them. Let's go. Oh, no way. This guy's juiced. Oh, is he dead? I really hope he's dead. Pretty good. Ooh, the scrap though. Oh my god. 900 scrap. Just like that. That's gonna be helpful. Oh shit. Alright, time to get door camp, I guess. So I upgraded my base in order to make sure that in case they try to online raid me, I'd have metal walls instead of wooden walls. And then I got ready. I used the scrap to get some more gear in the tier 2 workbench. Clothing, holosight. I also got the ladder BP. And then I went to spy on my own base to see if I was getting door camped. And yep, I was being door camped. Who could have guessed? Nice.
If you're ready, this is your fate. If you're ready, I'm not scared of, babe, it's clear as day.
And we enter chapter 4, the grind. At this point, everything had changed. I had finally gotten my hands on real guns. And in Rust, your first guns isn't just gear, it's momentum. Suddenly fights feel different. I wasn't running anymore, I was hunting. And this meant that the stakes were a little bit bigger. Each fight had more loot. And in order to prepare myself for the end game and for tier 3 workbench, I had a lot of grinding in front of me to do. No way. Oh, these guys are trying to get into my base. What the hell? This is super annoying because even though these door campers are giving me loot, they're kind of hindering me from leaving my base. Okay, let's go. At least I didn't lose my custom SMG. I later went to Lighthouse to recycle. And I was able to get quite some good stuff. And then returned to my base. And then this happened. I'd been farming nodes and I was able to kill this guy. And I thought I had the situation under control. But I knew there was one more guy. And he had a pump. So he just got my Tommy kit. I've now given one of my best guns to one of my neighbors. And on top of that, almost 2 rows of resources. So this was a pretty big setback. I remember being very pissed when this happened. So I went back. And lo and behold, they're still there and I lost another gun. But losses do happen. You gotta count on that when you're playing Rust. So, you know, don't give up. And giving up, I didn't do. I was back in train yard, grinding for a brand new red card, my first one. This time, I was gonna get it, okay? I was determined, alright? And, oh, I got a supply drop. Anyway, I'm getting myself a red card. And the plan is to later go to the underwater labs to secure a couple advanced blueprint fragments. I already got 2, but we need more. We need 3 more for a tier 3 workbench. So here we go. Let's see if we can make some magic happen in the underwater labs. And hopefully, finally get to that tier 3 workbench. That would be so good. Because that would allow me to craft AKs. I don't know how tired I was when recording this, but I think I literally ran past the advanced blueprint fragments. So yeah, that's smart. But apart from that, the loot I was getting from Underwater Labs wasn't bad. I was getting quite a lot of scrap, and I actually got home with everything too, so that was at least a W. I got some more basic blueprint fragments, but no advanced blueprint fragments. Dude, things like that make me feel like a bad person, you know, killing nakeds. Anyway, we went to cargo. Cargo dropped, and I was lucky enough to be the first one on. At this time, I was playing very late at night, so hope had kind of dropped. But yeah, there's still competition. There's still people trying to counter. I really wish this guy had a better gun. I could use like an AK kit or something at this point. Dude, where is this guy? Oh, he's swimming, I think. Yeah. Ooh. So after a successful cargo run, I now had enough advanced blueprint fragments to craft myself a tier 3 workbench, but it didn't really fit inside my base, so I had to expand it just a little bit. And with the AK I got from cargo, I could now also run AK, which meant that I now have one of the best guns in the game in my hands. So the next day, I went out and I just roamed a little bit with the AK. And I found that there were a lot of decayed bases left hanging. Ooh, perfect shot. Nice. Another AK kit, let's go. I can now run AK smoothly without, you know, risking of losing my only AK. So I later heard that it sounded like a raid coming from my neighbor's bases. And I wanted to check it out, and then this happened. The bases look to be penetrated, or whatever you call it. Okay, let me see if I can get a better position. I wonder if he has a duo with him. Okay. And a pistol, what the fuck? At this point of the wipe, the fun was about to begin. I invited my friend to play the end game with me. With tier 3 unlocked, the best guns, the strongest gear, the server wasn't hurting us anymore, and we had reached the wipe's final stage, where the fights were bigger and the stakes were higher, and it was time to just enjoy it, you know? When you get this far, when you get the AKs, you know, you gotta just get out there and get some PvP going, you know? Oh, his roof is only like 90 HP. Or like 100 HP. I'm gonna experiment. Boxes? You will not believe this, but this guy in the middle of an online raid had left all his doors open. So with just a weak roof, we were all the way in. We got all his loot. We were full deep into his core. And on top of that, he had also left his ladder hatch unlocked without a lock on it. And you will not believe the loot this guy had. I mean, it was literally insane. You're about to see the amount of loot we get home. It's absolutely crazy. So after sealing the raid off and getting that loot home, we went out to roam a little bit to see if we can find ourselves some more PvP, and We did. We found this base that was also being raided by a couple AK guys. And we were able to get even more loot. Finishing this video off, I just want to say that rust wipes are unpredictable. You can start with absolutely nothing, lose everything, and still come back stronger than ever. And that's something I kind of learned from this wipe. This wipe reminded me of why I love playing solo, because every win is kind of earned. And I know I finished this wipe off with a little bit of like a duo type beat, but I'd still say that 99 or like 90% of this wipe was me playing solo. So. Anyway, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a loot showcase here, so you guys can see exactly the amount of loot that we got this wipe. And it is absolutely insane. Absolute insanity. That's what I wanted to say. If you enjoyed this wipe story and want to see more solo Rust content, make sure to subscribe and stick around. There's a lot more chaos coming. And if you ever had a wipe that started terrible but turned amazing, let me know in the comments down below, because I read every single one. Anyway, this video took me so long to edit. Like, it took me days to edit this. So if you enjoyed, please make sure to drop that like and subscribe though. Just give me a lot of happiness, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.